You are listening to DC On Screen.
All right, welcome into DC On Screen. I'm your host, David C. Robertson. Here as always with me, Jason Goss.
Hello.
And we had a couple of Supergirl things drop. We had a trailer teaser, and then we had the full trailer drop. So, look, man, let's get right to this trailer teaser.
Yeah. Looks like the appetizer shows up right when the meal does today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the trailer teaser came out yesterday or the day before.
It did. The kitchen got them out on time, but for us, it's going to be all at the table.
Yeah. And you were just telling me about and I've seen the complaints too. Like someone said, "Did I just watch an ad for an ad?" Yes, the fuck you did. Where have you been?
What they're called.
Where have you been? Like this has
That's
been
what they're called.
For fucking 10 years. This has been going. I don't understand. Y'all didn't like. Oh, I don't understand why they play it at Hall H, but not just put it on the internet. Wah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, with putting things directly on the internet comes the price of having to hype things up before you drop it on the internet, because those first few hours of engagement are incredibly powerful for the algorithms. They have to know that people care and are sending it out. So guess what? They have to put out fucking shit on short form reels because you motherfuckers have no fucking attention span. So,
Bless the internet.
You built this house brick by fucking brick. With your own two hands, and then have the gall to complain about it.
Yeah. Take that, millennials.
Or whoever.
Or whatever.
Whichever one.
Group that's going towards.
There's no real generation.
Oh, yeah, those are fake.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Take that cluster of humans who are currently alive.
Cohort to which I'm referring.
So, trailer teaser.
Uh-huh.
We get a little bit. One thing I do like about having a trailer teaser is the way they're doing it is you get footage that you're not getting in the actual trailer.
Yeah. It in the manner of consumption we're doing today is basically just an extended trailer.
Right. So I like that, but I hate it as a podcaster because I'm like, damn it, now I'm going to have to cover both of them.
Yeah, I know.
But we did get a little bit more of a lead in from Superman. Nice little character moments like, hey, it's me, Clark. I'm like, yeah, who the fuck else would it be?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't she
was
know?
Off screen for half a second.
You fucking dork. No, I mean, I like it. No, it's perfect for him.
Yeah.
Now, I do, like, really, the trailer teaser doesn't have too much. Like, we've got Crypto running around, something's sparking, he jumps. I feel like we've gotten a lot of that. We've gotten that shot before somewhere, but...
Really, you combine them all, there's a couple seconds, but, like her in the bar, it's about the same.
Yeah. One point that I will say
Lobo.
I kind of twinged. I kind of like pulled back a little bit is that fucking iPod. And I'm like, oh God, we're going right to Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, and not that I care personally. Because I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't she have something she can listen to? Yeah. But like, and sure enough though, it's like, that's all I'm seeing is just people like complaining about, oh, it's Guardians because she's got an iPod.
Yeah, you can't let that get you. Fuck 'em. That's going to be a bunch of bots at this point. I just assume most behavior that's that dumb is bots.
Yeah. After the trailer dropped today, I saw someone say, oh, let me guess, it's the plot of John Wick, LOL. I'm like, you motherfucker. No, it's not. First of all, even
somebody
if...
said they were looking forward to Supergirl Wick, but they meant it earnestly. Like, looking forward to Supergirl killing a bunch of people on a revenge mission. Yeah, I am too, for that purpose. Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if they're ripping off John Wick, then they're ripping off the thing that ripped off John Wick.
Yeah.
And because
the idea of a revenge mission isn't clever.
This literally comes from Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, but also like John Wick is, I mean, he's ripping off fucking Death Wish. He's like about to let into that fucking film series, he was like going on fucking death sprees or murder sprees, just avenging like his fucking third girlfriend's second cousin's son. Like, fuck you. Like,
yeah. This has to be some sort of samurai tale or something like that too. Like just a murder spree over. Yeah, a tale as old as time. That's all I'm saying.
A tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Now
when Gilgamesh got his dog killed and
yeah. So the actual trailer. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I fucking cried, dude.
Yeah.
For real.
I don't blame you.
Like everything about, finding your people, and she's like, I don't have people, like find like that quest of finding your place and figuring out who your people are and where you belong. And like, while also trying to hold on to something, the last, like the remnants of where you came from that are still applicable. I don't know, man. There was something about it that got to me.
Yeah.
There was something about, I didn't, go into this going like, I'm feeling a little weepy. I guess I'm going to cry. No, I was just like.
You weren't just sitting on the edge?
I mean, I might be, but I might have been. I don't know. I didn't know it.
Something. I don't know.
I didn't know it, if that was the case. I'm just, fucking chilling out, waiting to hear, that a pan has been delivered to my door. I got like a pan. It's a big pan. I'll send you a picture of it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's
Is it a cornbread pen?
Dude, okay. So
I've seen your cornbread pen.
Not that. You haven't seen this.
The brand new one?
Right. There are two brand new ones. My sister,
Okay.
I was lamenting the fact that I don't have a cast iron skillet at the moment. And then my sister says, you do now. And this is Brittany, my youngest sister. And so the next day I had a new cast iron skillet, new cornbread pan. That's what you're talking about. But during that conversation, we were also talking about just a normal cooking pan. And I was like, I can't fucking, this one gets too hot and this one gets too weird. And she was like, dude, the one that I use cooks evenly. And I fuck up everything. I didn't fuck this one up. You got to try it. I was like, okay, well, we'll see. And then my mom was like, hey, what do you guys want for Easter? She always gets us a little something for Easter. I said, I don't know. I've been thinking about this pan. And she told me that she sent it to me. So I was very excited about that. I was like, just forego the candy.
Right.
She'll usually give us a little like bag of candy and maybe $20, something like that.
Yeah. You want something to cook with, salt with.
Yeah. But
something that'll outlive you for sure.
Jason, it's white and blue.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's white and blue, Jason.
Yeah. I've got like a sapphire blue Dutch oven. That's gorgeous.
Well, this thing is like, I've got like a dark blue Dutch oven. I've got two of them, and that's what I was cooking cornbread in. But this is like a baby blue, like a sky blue. It looks like it looks like a fucking 1950s Chevy or something. Like, it's fucking gorgeous. Anyway.
Well, this was playing in the background.
Whoops.
As the pans were being discussed. I realized I didn't put together until just now what she's doing in that first scene. Like, she's just got a spaceship. Where occasionally she opens the hatch to the spaceship, just decompresses the entire chamber, mid-space, just goes and chills outside.
Yeah, plays fetch with the dog. And then I guess goes inside and I guess compresses it somehow. I don't know. That's probably a thing in spaceships somehow. And then it's got all of her stuff floating around, but she's got all that super speed, so just clean up real quick. Maybe
be on your way.
It looks pretty fucking dirty, honestly.
It does. I just assume you get you recollect the spoon and the bowl. I assume it's the spoon and the bowl.
Look, man, I'll say this. It's a sci-fi universe. Shit doesn't make any fucking sense. No. She could put up a field that'll keep it compressed inside, and then she just goes through the field out to space. So nothing's, the grav is still on inside the ship. she just goes outside.
Oh no, there's stuff floating around in there.
Is there stuff floating around? I didn't notice that.
just spoons floating around.
Okay, well that's fine.
Yeah. She's just letting it all hang out in there.
Oh, that's cool.
It really is neat. I've never seen anything. I've never seen anything like that as casual in space. That's completely unique.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm fine with it. I don't care. Like all these things are cartoons.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care, dude. Like,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's followed by seeing the cutest little white fucking dog you've ever seen in your goddamn life.
Yeah. Like I saw some one of the Snyder bots earlier was like, "This is corny cartoon shit," and I'm like, "Yeah, so is Snyder shit."
Right.
This is all fucking corny cartoon shit. These superheroes. The fuck are you talking about? This is superheroes.
Yeah.
You're 8 years old, and you got gray in your hair.
If you go back to comics pages, you had Garfield and Peanuts and all that shit on the same page as Prince Valiant. Like, it's all comics, goddammit.
Yeah.
It's all crazy shit and weird costumes that would never happen or did happen if you want to take the Star Wars approach to it.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you guys oh my God, people are so weird. But yeah, let's say like Lobo is a lot of fun in this thing.
Oh God. I just played, you know when she's crowd surfing?
Yes, I do.
Did you realize Crypto's there with her?
No, I didn't see him.
That little guy's over there crowd surfing with her.
Oh, no.
And he is having a great time.
That's fun.
He's just getting passed around. He's having a blast.
Yeah.
They really, I love their life for them. I hate this guy so much.
Oh, Krim?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who shoots Crypto?
Yeah, he is going to have to die slow and painful.
Oh, maybe he will.
For my liking.
Yeah, look, I could not tell what he was saying. I put on the captions and it said, "Your eyes are beautiful in your cry. Lot of pain, lot of suffering."
Oh, I thought it was your eyes are beautiful when you cry, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. But, it seemed very specifically broken.
Oh, yeah.
In a Germanic way.
He's not going to be fluent.
And, it reminded me of, God, I keep saying this. Fuck. Okay. So there's a character like a Malcolm Reynolds type flight chartering guy in Star Trek 3. And he's got these fucking like weird eyebrows and he talks like, he's got that kind of thing going on. He's got kind of backwards talking, McCoy even says, "Look, my backwards friend." But, there was on Starfleet Academy, every time we mentioned this character named Genesis Live, I would go, "Genesis!" Because Genesis is a forbidden planet in Star Trek 3, and McCoy is trying to charter a flight there, and this guy is like, the place we're going is Genesis, and this guy recoils and goes, "Genesis! Genesis is planet forbid!" But so that's what I'm thinking of here as well with Krim. Like, "Oh, I are beautiful and cry. Lot of pain."
A rough starting point.
I know.
Rough starting point there.
He's an aggravating character, but he's also a lot of fun to do.
Yeah. It's the kind of voice where you just shove your chin into your sternum and start talking.
That's pretty much what that guy did.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So
did you realize Crypto's in her little pocket watch picture?
Apparently, I just need to go. I haven't seen this trailer. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck I did.
I've been clicking through and pausing, and there's just cute. He's everywhere.
I watched it like 3 or 4 times, and apparently you've brought up
you were crying after the first.
All the things that I haven't seen.
Yeah, that's why it's fun, man. God, his mask is weird.
Who? Krim?
Krim, yeah. His Hannibal Lecter mask is strange.
He's kind of got like a bit of a Bane thing going on.
Yeah.
Did I send you the guy that does Trump as Bane?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I was born in the dark. It was the darkest dark. Everyone says it's the darkest dark, and I see perfectly.
Yeah, I'm talking about it.
So the guy Krim looks like Bane, and
a little. It's like a weird floppy thing. It reminds me way more of like a Mad Max thing than like Bane. Bane would be like the 3rd or 4th reference if I had to. It's way more like Mad Maxy and Hannibal Lecter than anything else.
Yeah, well, okay. When he doesn't have the mask on, he's giving Pinhead from Hellraiser.
A little. He is, and that's maybe he really is kind of unique right now. I can't think of anything quite really like that. He's a bumpy old chap.
Bumpy old chap.
Look at him.
I mean, I've seen him. Oh. All right. So I thought I did because I also couldn't understand Ruthie on this trailer. So the caption said the Brickens carry the antidote on their persons.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Well,
why would they have an antidote?
Yeah, I just assume in case they happen to get stung by it, like, oh crap, discharged in my, just my firearm discharged in my foot.
Okay. I'll buy it.
Sounds silly, but I'll take it for now. But the movie, the trailer did get us the major premise. It's not going to be just weeks and weeks and months out there. They've got 3 days to get back and save crypto. I think I like that there's a clock. I didn't realize we were going to be on that much of a clock when it came to like the present tense part of this battle. Clearly, there's going to be a lot of flashback in this movie. But honestly, yeah, there's, now that I think about it, there's, no flashback in Superman? Was that
in Superman?
Like in Superman last year, like the only real flashback we have is kind of the hologram message.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really the only precursor story we're going to be getting in the big universe. Yeah,
and I love what we've seen so far. Like, I want to tear up just looking at the fucking puppy crypto.
Yeah, I know.
How much have you thought about that line? Because at some point she says very nonchalantly, "Home is where you are, buddy," and then I'm thinking like he's the last vestige of Krypton for her.
Mm-hmm.
What she's really saying is, "Home is where you are, buddy."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, that's where I read it. That's what I took from it. Right, like off the cuff, I pulled the "you" part out of that sentence. Home is where you are. Like, yeah, that's the basis of this film is her relationship with that dog.
Yeah,
and
getting that feeling.
Yeah, and the mechanism will be 3 days. And the major thing that I was excited about for this is we saw the dog get shot with the weird looking gun. I want to know more about that gun. It looks strange from like the down the barrel shot. I can't quite make sense of it.
Looks like a crossbow to me.
It does, yeah, right. It some sort of weird vertical crossbow thing. It does some weird thing when it. Yeah. But
Krim had a bow in the comic.
Yeah, which it's a good point. I guess he just wouldn't look the same walking around with a quiver.
Yeah. Well, he's also not like fucking Conan O'Brien, Oliver Queen like he was in the comics.
He's definitely not, no. And I don't know, maybe they just didn't want to quiver somebody right now, thinking they're gonna Green Arrow somebody later. I don't know, maybe a lot of good reasons to try something different here. But the thing that I like is that we saw Crypto get shot. We saw him get put down. We know, or not. That's not the right word I want here.
Yeah,
we saw him. We saw him take ill to the poison. We know that the thing is a 3-day clock to get back to him. The whole thing, the entire thing, rests on the stakes of that dog, and that is more comforting for me. So,
do you hope they do what they did in the comic? Where
that's the point. Is everything, because we're doing so much with the story, and that's so central. It makes it less and less likely that they're going to pull the rug out from under you there.
I don't think they're going to kill Crypto.
Exactly. I think we're just going to stick in the... Also, this is so overwhelmingly the Tom King story.
It's close so far. I really do. I hope that like it winds up being let's, put on a bit of a show for Ruthie and teach her a valuable lesson kind of thing, rather than my dog died. Fuck. But
we'll
see.
Split the difference. She'll get them. She'll figure out both. But man, having the dog already like openly in peril, it reverses the odds to me. It just makes me think that we're going to stick to the story. Crypto's going to be okay at the end of this. We're not going to go through all this just to not save Crypto, right? I hope. I really need Crypto to be okay in a few months here.
Yeah. I'll say this. I did love we've just got one shot of David Krumholtz as Zor-El, and as Kara is about to launch out of Argo, and the pain on the man's face.
Oh, he looks great, right? The care.
Yeah, this is not
the trying to keep a trying to keep it together.
Yeah, and this doesn't feel like the kind of Kryptonian that Jor-El and Lara were from Superman were apparently, like these somewhat emotionless, like go and breed and create a harem and do all this shit. Like,
yeah. When this trailer dropped earlier today, Krumholtz was one of the people who shared it, and damn near responded to him, "Are you going to be an L that's not a dick?" Something along those lines.
Yeah. Hey, dude, it kills me. It still kills me. Like, people are so, like, fucking weird. Like, in, like, the little boxes they create in their head. And I've said it before on the show, but I keep seeing all these people who are saying stuff like, well, I mean, we know how the Kryptonians are now. Like, no, you motherfuckers. You're exactly the kind of people who know one black family that you don't like and decide that every black person is this way. Like, growing up, me and my cousins, we lived in completely different households, and this funnels into the same thing that I've said a million times. You know, like, people, I keep seeing these people who are, like, writing articles, and people who are on threads and everything talking about, like, I don't know how the tone of Lanterns is going to fit in with the tone of Superman. I mean, we saw how Guy Gardner, motherfucker.
It's called acting, and I'm sure he's capable, and he'll do just fine.
Tones are environmental. Tones are, lighting. Like the tone at my house, me and my wife have a great time. We laugh all the fucking time. Mm-hmm. We have fucking soft white bulbs in our house.
Except for the sad room.
Right, except for the sad room. But I go home and my parents are fighting.
Right.
And they've got the fucking yellow bulbs. Everything looks like piss.
It looks like a place that needs to have a fight in it.
Yeah, and it's just a completely different tone. It is not a fucking problem if a show in a universe has a different tone than a movie in the same universe. Y'all are crazy with that shit.
Yeah, that is a bizarre one. Well, I mean, it's not bizarre. It's thinking that everything's going to be kind of extension. It really, if there's one true kind of marvelization of things that I don't like, it's probably that. I've mostly enjoyed the byproducts of the marvelization process, but that one I think is a shame. Is it sticking so closely to tone in so many ways, and not drifting out has trained people to maybe not want to drift out as much as they should.
But see, in Marvel's
and
defense,
not trust that things will be safely, that they'll be taking. It's like they're scared,
I mean, okay, I don't even believe that about Marvel. Like, some of the more popular ones have very much carried a Guardians of the Galaxy tone, for sure, and that's broad likability. But then you take something like Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Love and Thunder or Thor Ragnarok, and you put it up against Captain America fucking the Winter Soldier. Totally different tone, totally different color scheme. The Eternals didn't do great at the box office, but I thought it was gorgeous and didn't look anything like any other Marvel movies. Didn't feel in any way like another Marvel movie.
That's all true. It's just, I think the edges are softer in Marvel still than already what I've seen out of DC. Just out of this, like, because you look at like Creature Commandos and Superman and then Peacemaker, like those are wildly different. Not just kind of a lot, like, and all the ones you're talking about are a lot different. Like, I would fight over that for sure, but these are wildly off the chart different. Yeah, it's a different grade.
I do think Gunn has taken it further than they took it in Marvel, but I have,
that I think it's off-putting to those who are not brave enough.
Lack any kind of imagination.
Yeah,
or don't recognize the world they live in.
Yeah.
Like, these are the same people who will be like, well, I don't want to go to the Walmart in that part of town. It just feels weird and different. Yeah, the fucking tone is a little different when everything's got bars on it, motherfucker.
There's a lot of the there's a lot of the generalization that just leads to bad stereotypes bullshit. Yeah.
A fucking pair of headphones is behind lock and key. Yeah, the tone's a bit different.
Mm-hmm. It'll do that. And there's little things that like little things that have changed the world in ways that I really, man, if I could go back and make a couple of subtle changes, I don't know what. I do kind of understand why all of the franchises turned to gray boxes.
Oh,
because they all independently were making some real estate based decisions.
Yeah. It's hard to sell a building if it looks like a fucking Pizza Hut.
A giant taco or some shit. Yeah. I get how independently everyone thought that was in their best interest just in a vacuum. But on the whole, for all of us, it results in I would say it's like a Looney Tunes thing, but Looney Tunes is more colorful. You're just driving through gray boxes with colorful signs. Yeah. And colorful signs that fit the city code, whatever the city code may be at that time.
Yeah, and it's, I'm of two minds on it because, like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, I fucking miss it a little bit. Where you just drive down the street and, see fucking giant primary colored, like giant M arches and things that looks like, oh, there's a McDonald's. Oh, there's a Whataburger. Oh, there's a, but at the same time, I'm like, this is a fucking blight. No one's gonna, especially when the business goes downhill and then like those buildings sit unoccupied for decades.
I understand it's a delicate problem. Sure, we don't not everything should look like the Vegas Strip.
Yeah,
but somewhere in the middle.
Not everything should look like a diabetic clown took a shit.
Right.
Just saying, maybe, and then if you're part of any kind of Facebook group or anything that like for the city, they're like, hey, what's going to go in that building? And there's always been like, oh, you mean the old Whataburger? Ha 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 ha. I'm like, motherfucker, it's just this. They left.
Yeah,
that building should not just like rot because it used to be a thing.
Yeah. You can find creative uses for weird buildings too. We've done worse to make living room furniture over the years. We can scale up into restaurants. I've seen some creative shit come out of those. Make it a fucking mirrored house. You could actually do a lot with a Pizza Hut if we're talking about just the weird roof. Come on, make it a hat store. Bam, we're in there, right there.
David Byrne even told us about it.
See.
This was a Pizza Hut. Now it's all covered with daisies. You got it. You got it. I mean,
all the way back to Supergirl.
We had to. Hey, our ADHD works wonderfully for padding out these short episodes.
It does. I've gotten. I paused it, and then when I zoned back in and realized there was a thing on my screen. They're at a funeral, and when they're at all these the white robe situation, that looks like mom.
It might be. It looks like your mom.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's a brunette. Sure, but all I can see is there's a person in a box, but it's a lady in a box.
Uh-huh.
And
sounds like a Bush album or something.
It does. Yeah. But anyway, so the Kara and what's his name?
Crypto?
No, Krumholtz's characters.
Zor-El.
Zor-El, thank you. So Kara and Zor-El are walking together. There is no mom there. My memory of this, of Kara's backstory, is like Zor-El and mom die at the same time when the planet explodes, just like her cousin's parents did. I don't remember mom going a little bit earlier in any of the stories that I recall.
Well, remember in the previous trailer, she said Krypton didn't die all at once. The gods are not so kind. And in the book, was
waves and waves. And
yeah, it was like there was a big chunk, just their city, that was like out floating in the middle of space.
Yeah. And then so in the book, there's just they lose the planet, but they have the city. They lose most of the city, but they keep this. This happens. This tragedy happens. They keep so and so it has that amazing line about like first time I buried everybody, I was 8, and then 14 or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stomp all over it just so it's not ruined. If you haven't seen it or read it yet, please go read it. But I was wondering if this is Mom. Maybe they're using that as one of the ways to replace one of the waves of tragedy that kind of hit her. I don't know. Mom could just be somewhere else in this ceremony. It just seems weird for those two to be walking. When you see it, there's a line to it. It's like a parade formation.
Yeah. Her mom's off getting mimosas with friends. She was like, I never liked that bitch.
Yeah, it was rough.
Like, please, she meant a lot to me as a teacher, Mother. And like, no. She had a thing for your father.
Yeah.
And he won't admit it, but he had a thing for her too. I see the way he looks at her. Maybe he wishes he had a wife a little more perfect, a little less jowly. Maybe someone who didn't drink quite so much.
Yeah. She's just going to get through this one less afternoon and never have to think about that lady again for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
I'd also like to think that she's just off screen right now because she was playing the understudy for the corpse, but the corpse did actually show up. So
yeah,
no need for her. She's just chilling back.
Yeah.
In case something happens.
But yeah, I'm sure it's her mom.
One would assume.
One would assume. Yeah. You gotta kill at least one parent.
Yeah.
If you can do it at different stages, man. If you can do two or both of them at different stages.
Oh yeah, they are gonna Disney film the hell out of her.
Yeah, that's gonna be like Full House times 2.
It is. Null House?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna go Hogan family on it, but that was due to contractual issues. Or good times, but again, contractual
it's probably
bullshit.
1,000. Crow House, you could throw 1,000 things at that.
So
Lobo?
Yeah, Lobo. What? There's a line in there. Aren't you the ditz from the bar? And she says, that's what I've been calling you. And he says, touche. Yeah. I have seen a bunch of people say that Lobo actively looks at the camera before he says touche, therefore confirming that his character will break the fourth wall in the DCU and in this movie. I watched it. I didn't feel like he necessarily looked at the camera. He just kind of moved his head.
All right, I'm doing it right now. Let me see.
I'm not convinced.
It is
adjacent.
Look, it is. Don't you call me that? Listen, so it is. There's a lot of eye makeup going on here, dude.
Yeah,
he's got dark eyes. Them Zarnian features. So
Jim Zarnian, though.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to assume that there is no actual answer here. I think that's your real answer. Is there is no answer here. My real answer looking at that is he totally looked at the camera.
Okay. I
think he looked at the camera. But again, I'm saying all that to qualify. I don't think I can say that really at all. I did not. Right. This is not enough. There's black on glare in the eye situation.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, totally felt like he looked at the camera though.
And he's laying down when he says it. So yeah, I'm on the fence. Let me say this though: if he did, fucking great. Lobo breaks the fourth wall.
It really looks like he looks at the camera to me.
Like those comics are a fucking madcap fourth wall breaking cartoon within the DC universe. Like it is even a more heightened reality than the DC universe ever really tries to be most of the time.
Yeah, true.
So if I'm sure we'll get complaints that it's ripping off Deadpool, but honestly, Lobo been Lobo and way before Deadpool was a thing, was even in existence.
Yeah, you can break the fourth wall with other characters. Now, I'll give him that, like, hanging back and doing that thing with the lean back like he was. That's going to be a nod to Deadpool for sure. Or should be, if it's not.
I mean, I don't know.
If that's the case.
Motherfuckers lean back, man. Ain't got to be a nod to Deadpool.
Seems like a good time for one.
It does, but, man.
It's an iconic pose.
So, I like what I've seen of Lobo so far. Mm-hmm. He looks like a lot of fun.
He does. It truly the role he was born for.
Probably, yeah. doesn't seem like he's changed his voice really at all. It sounds like they've got a little digitization on it, like a little bit of
little deepening.
Yeah.
Like maybe they did a little double tracking to a little lower, but for the most part, we got the guy.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what else you got, man. It's all my
Let's
notes.
see here. I mean, some of the basics about Lobo. All present and accounted for. We got Skull.
Yeah.
We got a badass fucking motorcycle. I think some people are going to say it doesn't look like it's, giant metal hog enough, but dear God.
I might be one of those.
This, I can make an argument for that being toned down a little bit. But hey, okay. I could have gone for bigger if you want to. A lot of things can be handled that way if you want to. Anyway, the rest of it, though, we got chains everywhere. We got the little whip chain thing. Like, he's checking all the boxes, man. He looks fantastic in this.
Yeah. I'm cool with it, man. I like it.
Let's see. Anything else is going to strike me? I'm just watching the end of it real quick. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to talk about the story because, man, it just any discussion of our story is going to lead me straight into a recommendation to go pick up a copy of Tom King's book again.
Yeah. Beautiful artwork in there too.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I don't know what they're going to do that's different. And based on the trailer, you would say borderline, I mean, not borderline nothing, but borderline very little.
I mean, it looks, the book was more of a, I think she had longer to save crypto maybe, but
thought you want to say longer hair for a second.
No, well, I mean, yeah, maybe I think so, probably. But then it was like less connected. Her tracking down Krim, and it was just fucking Krim, his stupid bullshit. And
I think Krim was just something they were going to get to at some point.
Yeah,
in the book. So yeah, the change in the timeline change, kind of a deal, but yeah, it sticking overwhelmingly to the story, which, man. In this case, that's a compliment.
I think it was Krim. Krim was like, I want to say Krim sort of fucked around and just killed Ruthie's father in the book. Wasn't really very good at anything and just sort of trying to make a name for himself and shit. I need to go back and reread it.
Krim?
But yeah. I didn't remember that he was as big of a badass at the end. And I thought that Crypto dies in the book, and then turns out that he didn't really die. Kara was pretending he did to help something. Ruthie, just make some kind of a lesson for Ruthie.
See, I don't remember that part. You're right. I do remember. I need to read like the last half of that again.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna get a horse in this movie?
I don't know.
I think keep that out of the trailers if we're gonna have it. Let's just let me have that in the theater.
Yeah. All right. What else you got, man? On this trailer?
I think I'm good. I'm excited.
You good?
Looks fantastic.
A
couple long months ahead of me until I get to this thing.
Yeah, we got less than 100 days. It's
less than 100. Okay, we can do this.
Yeah, they put out a thing about it being the 100-day mark, and just a few days ago. So, and they've been putting out posters and stuff. If you're into getting a new wallpaper every few days, I mean, there you go.
Yeah, it did look good.
We got a couple of updates. One. I didn't talk to you about it. I inserted this in the last news episode, but, Damon Lindelof came out and officially apologized and was like, dude, I was joking. It was a dumb joke, whatever. And I did talk about that last time in a little insert, but Grant Morrison has now apologized for not knowing the fucking context or caring enough. He was like, they were just like, I just wrote this. I was just venting about this. I didn't look into it. And then it turned out that I'm an asshole.
This is unnecessary, of course, all of that. But how wonderful.
Yeah.
Look, two great apologies too. I haven't read Grant Morrison's, but I'm sure theirs is fantastic. But
oh yeah, Grant says he's a fan of Damon Lindelof. I get like the knee jerk reaction to be annoyed with creators doing these movies who are inherently ashamed of the fucking source material they're adapting. I mean,
but
we've been dealing with that for years and years and years and years.
It just cracks me up though, because I was specifically wondering if, in the context of this thing, like they could have just let it go. Just okay. Well, I put this thing out there, and he did respond, and then okay. Well, I'll just let it be. But like, no. Go ahead and do the other thing, and just go ahead and put out your own apology. Clear the air completely. Yeah. And a couple of good writers doing it too. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure Grant's apology is. I'm sure it's nicely worded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a little side note to the whole thing.
I did enjoy Lindelof's apology. That was like talking about how much he's like, no, I like green. I love green. What the fuck you like? No, like look here. When we did Comic-Con in 2004 with Lost, I'm literally wearing a Green Lantern shirt. He's my favorite superhero.
Yeah. Now the tone of Damon's, I genuinely, it's a template that I would keep around if I were ever famous enough to need an apology plan. I really loved the tone. Yep. All right. So I fucked up and I'm not going to back away from it. Here's what happened.
Right. Well, I'll try to do my best here, but I need to apologize to the listeners. Yeah. How last episode we were talking about those reports that David Jenkins unfollowed James Gunn. Oh. He didn't. I should have looked into that a little bit further. Now I was like, who knows? But David Jenkins, who is purportedly in charge of the Booster Gold show, he didn't unfollow James Gunn on Instagram.
Oh,
he didn't. Okay. He didn't. And then he even said, as far as I know, Booster Gold is still in the pipeline. So look, I didn't look up the posts that they said were deleted, but he definitely still follows Gunn, and he's saying it's still in the pipeline as far as he knows. So every once in a while, I forget that I should double check on these fuckers on the internet who just be saying anything. So, I apologize. I am a bad DC host.
We'll be okay.
And, I sincerely did feel bad about that.
Yeah, I get it, though. I ain't missing those. It does happen, though.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about it now.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I've got.
So we do have Booster Gold still...
As far as I know. And as far as he knows. As far as David Jenkins knows.
So we're back to square whatever the hell we were a few weeks ago then with Booster.
With Booster, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
We live in a Skatinger's universe, or Skatinger's cat.
The fuck?
Yeah. It's some sort of like Skeet reference,
Skeets.
of course, but yeah.
Skeets, okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how it like related to cum.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
See,
that I've been wondering about that. So I think that may only matter for like people our age at this point. I don't know if that's a word that really travels around younger generations the same way anymore, or if they can get away with it just being kind of generalized too much. Sure.
I think, because look, it was clearly not a thing. And then somewhere in the, early aughts, skeet suddenly became jizz. Jizz, or it became semen or the act of coming.
But very specific. Now it's been generalized to just any kind of thing that comes out quickly that's liquid.
Yeah.
You can skeet dish soap.
Right. You skeet and then you yeet.
Yeah. And at this point, the times I've heard skeet dish soap in that kind of capacity, it has not meant as some sort of sexual entendre. It's just where it's yeah.
I'm sure you've seen like the
So maybe they'll get away with it more than my poor.
I'm sure you've seen the factory, little factory documentary thing about like how they make the sandwiches, the little triangle sandwiches that go into gas stations and stuff, and it's like on the conveyor, each sandwich gets a jism of mayonnaise. Jesus, you haven't seen that?
No, I have not. That's rough.
Yeah,
that is rough.
It was like, okay, we're gonna need somebody else to come in and just like do like a cursory glance over something before don't just be like fucking around with a thesaurus.
Yeah,
because certain words have a connotation.
They do. What is that? But like, what do you think Condiment King traffics in? If that's a unit we can use.
Oh Lord, I think we're done. Good night, everybody.
That's at least 2.5 jisms.
I don't relish having this conversation. Ah. Oh. I feel like that ending cuts the mustard pretty well.
God. Rate this episode in amount of jisms.
Yep.
All right. Yep.
All right.
Let's get out.
Until next time, keep some DC on your screen.
Bye.